Hey guys, it is Garrett Stewart with Command Consult, and I want to do this video all about some great hacks that you can use when creating and sending postcards through Command. I wanted to do this once I saw that the new update happened where direct mail, if you ever uploaded a postcard and maybe you had some higher resolution images on there and it was just too big of a file to upload to send through the rail mailers. With that, now that limit of 5 megabytes is gone, and then 5x'd the size, so we shouldn't see that issue very much anymore, so that's great news. So I'm going to show you some really cool hacks. Even if you've created this before, I can assure you that there's probably going to be some things in this video that you haven't done or learned before on sending postcards through Command. So let's dive right in. So we're going to go right in here to Designs applet. And just like before, we can go in here and we can go into Create Design. So if you are selecting photos from a listing, you can of course enter it in there. This is if you're sending, if you're sending like a just listed, just sold, pending type thing where it's already in the MLS, the photos will be able to import in with that. So definitely be able to select that and you can choose it then. But we're going to skip that process here, even though we're going to do a just listed postcard. We're going to go ahead and just hit print here though and continue onward. And I'm going to show you why here in a second. Once you go there, it's going to load right into designs for us. And I really want to just real quick to show you the different options in here. So for sale, you can see there's a lot of postcard designs. And in most cases, you probably learned you could like go through this. You have the just listed, has postcards as well, and all these different options. But there's not a whole lot of options for like coming soon and different things there. And whatever postcard you do choose, so there's only 3 here. You already have the back side selected. And so, and by that I mean, the back side of the postcard. So already comes with it. So I'm going to show you some cool tips to move forward. So instead of actually going through here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into My Designs. From My Designs, one, it's going to show you all the different things you've made before, and then we're going to go over here and actually start from blank. Don't worry, we're still going to load a template. You're not going to actually have to go from blank, but there's a really cool feature within here. So you're going to hit start, and you can just type in postcard. And as you can see, all the different size postcards are on here. One thing I want to let you know, jumbo postcards doesn't really have much in terms of templates, but there are some large. Just so we have a lot of choices, the most choices available is the standard postcard. I believe this is 64 cents. Don't quote me on that, but 64 cents per postcard to mail through Command. That is print, that is postage, everything there. So we'll go ahead and we'll just hit standard postcard. Now from there, yes, it's going to start out blank, but here's the cool thing. We'll hit skip there. We have this templates tab here. Templates tab is going to load in all the different size postcard templates that are available for this size. So we're going to let those load in here. It takes just a second or two for it to populate in, and then we're going to actually, there they go. We're going to have all these different templates in here. The reason I like this is because you're going to be able to select what you want for the front and what you want for the back. So maybe you have, I like this front, which normally comes with this back, but maybe I want this front with this side back. Slightly different, but it has that gray bar versus here. So, if you like different layouts, mix and match a little bit, you can absolutely do that. So I love that you can utilize different templates this way with postcards. Scrolling through here, you have a lot of luxury-based ones here at the top. And you can scroll down and you're going to see a lot of different postcards. Some happy holiday ones, some open house ones. So let's just go through and we'll do a just listed postcard. So we'll scroll through here till we find a for sale one. Even though it says for sale, you can utilize and just change it to just listed if you wanted to say that. That's absolutely fine. So we'll just drop in and we'll hit add new page, and that's going to drop in right in there. Right there, it's all set. But hey, maybe I don't want this side background. Maybe I want pictures of the listing on the back. Well, you know what? There are some templates available with pictures. Look at that. This is the back of the postcard because as you can see, I'm going to move my cursor off. As you can see, you have the agent image there, the text and things there, but it has this block here for the address thing, and then pictures of the listing. I'll move it off again so you can see. So I like that one. Maybe I want to really feature this listing. You can just go ahead and hit add new image or add new page. And right there, now we've got it on. So we actually have all the pages that we've added right here. It does start with a blank one. Our initial blank page is right there. So we can actually just, if you click on it, it's going to be blank. We can actually just delete that in terms of creative purposes, just so we can see our 2 pages right there, back and forth. We'll go ahead and minimize that there. Now we're going to go ahead and we would upload our listing information on there. So there's a few things that you can do. You can go into images and upload your own images under add, and you can drag and drop them right in there if you have them saved on your computer. So this works out great if you have like a coming soon, maybe it's not in the MLS yet, you could start preparing to get those sent out right then and there. So that's a great way to be able to do it. You won't have to worry about that size as much since you can now do bigger sizes. Of course, utilizing the listing in there, let's just go ahead and find that address, 1728 Gold Dust, and we'll just type in right there. Perfect. Now make sure you watch the MLS number because as you can see, this was listed a few years ago. And so you have an old listing there. So if you know your MLS numbers, I know that we're right now in about the 22s range there. So I'm going to know that this is the specific listing that we are working with here. So we'll go ahead and hit select. And there we go. So now we can go ahead and choose whatever image we want for the front page. So, maybe I want a nice picture of the beautiful dining room, or, maybe the nice view from there. Whatever it is, you can drag and drop that in there to really get that shown off. Another tip that a lot of people don't know is there's this listing details here that you can utilize to replace things with. So, I know that how many bedrooms, bath, so it's a 4-bedroom. So I can just go ahead and replace all of that stuff. I see it's a 2 full bath, 1 half bath, so it'd be a 4-bed and 2.5 baths. So I would edit that. Square feet, all that stuff is all in here, which is really cool. Of course, replace the logo, address, all that good stuff. Then we're going to go to that back page once we're all done. And so once we're done editing that page, we'll go to that back side and we'll update it there. And on this side, I'm going to show you a few extra Garrett tips for you. So of course, place your image, all that good stuff here. My suggestion is have a call to action. So now here it has download my app, which you can push. Another popular option people push is, if this is your listing, maybe you want to have advertise, get more info on this listing here. Well, on your listing, you can actually go and what I do for my specific listings here in Reno, Nevada is I buy my own domain every time. So let's just see if this is available. So the address was 1728 Gold Dust Drive. So I type that in, 1728 golddustdrive.com, and let's see on GoDaddy if it's available. Now this is for a 2-year commitment. So we'll just get it. I'll show you the price here in a second. We only need it for the 1-year commitment, not 2 years. We should have it sold in less than a year, hopefully. And as you can see, once that uploads here in a second, it should refresh down to $12. So for $12, $1 a month, you're going to have that domain for a year. And if anyone, you can literally put this address, more info at 1728 Gold Dust Drive, which I do the capitalized letter on there because it's not cap sensitive for this website address, and drive them to that website. So what website do I drive them to? Well, if you have whichever home search site you have, which I utilize my command website, so I have renosparks.kw.com. So I might search for that address right here, 1728 Gold Dust Drive, there it is. Perfect. So I find it on there, I search for it, and I pull that address specifically up. So that's going to utilize it. Right here is that actual address. So once I buy that domain, what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to walk you through this exact process, but I would actually forward this domain. So when they type in 1728golddustdrive.com, it's actually going to set to forward to this this website address. So when they type that in, they're actually going to show up and land right here. All branded to me, which is really cool. Has all that information where they're going to be able to scroll through all of that great stuff. And you know what? Maybe it's not the right house for them, or they're just a curious neighbor and curious what else is going on in the neighborhood. That's going to be right here. So that's one great way. And so I buy that domain. If you don't want to buy the domain, or maybe you want to make it even easier for them too, you can utilize that QR code generator. So if you didn't want to buy that domain or anything and just wanted a QR code, since nowadays everyone knows how to use the QR code, I could just type in QR-code-generator.com is one the website I normally use. There's lots of free ones out there. You can just copy and paste your website address right on there. And right there, I just download that picture of the QR code. I'll hit that download, and I can upload that directly into the card. So maybe I get rid of one of these photos and do more info here and put that QR code right down here so they can actually look at that photo of the house. And get the more information on there. So pretty cool method there. Another option is if you're sending this to either a farm or you're trying to get more listings, right? That's great too. Like if you're sending out a just sold, you're not going to send them to that listing site anymore. So find out what your home is here worth here. Well, I have a couple of home valuation sites I've made videos on. So I have a basic one here that's completely free. I'll show you where you can find a video of how to make this here in a second, but home value, so I have this, so if they type in this website, and it's going a little slow for me right now, but there we go, get my home value, or get my home's value, they can enter in the address, all that stuff, and it just forwards on, and it just is a lead capture form. Also, I've done a video too, all about the seller reports, so if they do, I utilize HomeBot, so I could send them to my website right here and get their home value. So if you want to know how to do these home valuation sites, go to my website, commandconsult.com, and click on videos. In this video tab, it's going to show you how to do a lot of stuff. It has all of my YouTube videos right here, so I could just do home value. Let's see. I'm going to just start typing and see if that works. Let's see, create a home value page on your website or on your agent site. Right there is a complete walkthrough for you. There is a HomeBot one as well. That one is more recent, so you might not have to search for that one. It would be at the top here if you're not searching for anything. Right there, perfect. So those are a couple videos there if you want to integrate HomeBot or just a free form for home valuation. And then you could buy a domain, and get my Reno, Nevada homevalue.com or something like that, and literally, again, put it on there or use a QR code. Those are some great sites that you can utilize. So once you do that, you've again, you can utilize the KWLS, upload your photos, upload your information, any additional contact info you want to put on here, and then you are ready to download and upload to send through command. So we'll go ahead and hit that download button. So we're going to download this in 2 different pages. So keep that in mind. This is 2 different pages that we're going to be using. Within that, you're going to select the, it's a PDF is how it's going to be downloaded, and you're going to make sure this include bleed is selected. And it'll default to this use manual bleed of this. Looks perfect. So we're going to download page 2. That's what we're on currently. And we'll hit download. That's going to download that specific page. Again, this is after we're done editing it completely. I'm not going to walk you through every single step of that. So, okay, there we go. And I didn't change the name of this. I would obviously change the name of this to whatever postcard name I want. And then from there, we would go to download again, and we would just change the page to the front page and get rid of page 2, right? So download again, and that's going to download the front page as well. So, you can see it's preparing right up here. So there it goes, and it's done. We've got both down here. So once we're done, we're just going to hit that done button, as you could guess. And we'll go right in here to campaigns. That's all things marketing is within campaigns. So we'll go ahead and hit create campaign right up here. And guess what? We're going to do that direct mail. And we can enter a campaign name here. So I'll just do test gold dust. There we go. And we're going to advertise the listing there. So we'll just go ahead and choose that. We'll hit create campaign. And if we could search for that listing right in here. So again, it's 1728 gold dust. And there it is. As you can see, it's just listed. We'll hit select. And we've got that listing selected. There is a way to utilize their format in here. I prefer to not use their template, and I like to upload my own design. That's what we just did, is we designed it. So we're going to hit upload design. And this is our opportunity to upload what we just did. So we got the front one here. I believe this is the front one. And we can just drag and drop that right there. There it is. Whew. Okay, pick the right one. And then we'll go to the back side there, and we'll drop that one in there. And as you can see, we've got the front and back available, and you can kind of see it as each side right there. This is a great way just to ensure that it is looks exactly how you want it. Remembering this place is still empty for the address information when it uploads. So it looks great to me. We're going to go ahead, and it knows it's the size of it already. One thing to know is you should, if you get an error, it's because you likely didn't do that bleed option on there. So do make sure when you're downloading it, you do include that bleed. And it's 2 separate PDFs that you're uploading. Okay, looks good. We'll hit save. Your market center, it goes here. We'll go down to NV. So my market center is, there we go, Reno, Nevada. And it is 89521. Perfect. So we go right there. It's like, wants to make a couple adjustments to the address. There it is. So abbreviates that and adds I don't know what that's called, but the last 4 of that zip code, which no one ever knows the last 4 of their zip code, right? Then we're going to go to targeting. We're going to do targeting around the specific listing. So we would just have that listing auto fills in there. But if you ever wanted to send postcards to your database, you could target your database with that button and add contacts here and search by tag. One thing to know with that, though, is they have to have that mailing address selected in there so it knows which address to mail it to. If it does not have a mailing address button selected, it's like a little radio button. If that does not select it for one of their addresses, even if it's their only address in there, it will not give you an option to send them a postcard. So be sure you have your address in there. Go ahead and hit save, and then choose how many postcards you want. This isn't final, but we'll just keep it there. I was right, 64 cents. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit save, and we'll go ahead and hit configure targeting. Once you hit this yes button, you cannot edit anything else on the page. So just keep that in mind. Once you hit yes, you will have to recreate this campaign. This locks in this campaign. So just keep that in mind. You would have to recreate a campaign over again after this point. There's no editing any of this content afterwards. So looks good, yes. This is where the really cool part is that we can utilize the system to send out some really kind of where we want to send the postcard to. So there it is. We've got all the different houses around there, and it's just a circle. You can kind of see the edges of a circle. It's a radius of 200 homes. Now you can, I normally don't play with anything up here. The only one I would maybe consider looking into was year last sold if you wanted to. If you were like, I don't want to sell it to, send this to anyone that bought their home in the last 5 years. So as you can see, there was a couple homes went away and a couple new ones added on. Or, you know what, maybe another option, let me exit out of that little bottom part so you can see a little bit more. Maybe it was like, I don't want these homes to get it. You know, they're just different quality home. I don't want to get in this market. I want to get in these homes more down here. Well, guess what? You can absolutely do that. You can change this up and say, hey, I just want to send it to these specific homes. And just like that, it knows that there are 280 homes in there. And you know what? Maybe I still just want 200 homes. So it gets rid of 80 homes out of there. And so you can still just choose your budget, but it only goes to the neighborhood you want to send it to. Maybe that next door neighbor is a real estate agent at another brokerage, and you're like, I don't want to waste my money with them. Cool. Guess what? I hover over that address and I hit remove, and now they're removed, and another dot popped up elsewhere. So really cool way to do that. Finally, after you make those last edits, you can hit send a copy to company address. I always like to do this because one, I always like to see how the product looks, and second of all, I know when it's hitting the mailbox. Now, it's going to send to your office address. So as you know, I corrected that. My office address there on that last previous page there where I said the zip code. No one knows the last 4 digits of the zip code. That is the address, is the company address. And if you hover over there, it goes. So knowing it's going to that specific address. You can't set it to like go to your house or anything like that. It's going to load preview here. I do like this, and it will give an exact preview of exactly what is going to show up there for the resident. So there, you know that it fits in there really well, and so you didn't, as long as you didn't change any of these sizes, you should be fine on all the templates here. And you can view larger size if you need to as well. That should be the only thing. And then just make sure it all looks good. It will show current resident. There's not a way to send it to the name on title. But this is a great way to, especially even if it's just listed, if it goes to current resident, it's a renter renting the property. Well, guess what? They maybe like the neighborhood so much they might want to rent that or buy a property in that neighborhood. So I think it's a great opportunity. Even if it's just, even if you're targeting sellers, you could still target buyers this way as well. A great way to get in that neighborhood. So you can see everything is all set up here. It's going to, it can start processing the same day and be distributed in the mail within 2 business days right from there. And so, you know, normally it says 4 to 6 business days. Is the goal. So it just kind of depends where it's on. You can send yourself 1 postcard, and I like doing that at first just to get an idea of how long to anticipate. This one's not the best way if you intend to send out an open house invitation, unless you're like 2 weeks out from that open house, just to be safe. I don't want you to spend money on doing this and then getting it to an open house, or sending people to an open house and having that show up the day after or something like that. So just a little tip there. So thank you for staying along. I know this was a little bit of a longer video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed all the content on this and the little tips. So if you guys haven't checked out my website, commandconsult.com, check it out. I have lots of command training and my newsletter program, as well as traveling to different market centers for training as well. So if you want to see me in my market center, or want to see me in your market center, you know, set it up, send us to your market center leadership, and I would love to discuss that with them, and they can sign up a time with me right there. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.